Let me bang.
I do let you bang. Hey,
let me bang you, James, man.
I let you bang. I let you bang.
Greetings, marriage and virgins.
Go for Jesus. No forget Jesus, people.
Hey, I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time once again for your favorite mixed martial arts podcast. Recording out of Los Angeles, California, it's MMA Roasted with Adam Hunter.
Who the fuck is that guy?
What's up, people? It's me, Adam Hunter. I'm here with Mayhem Miller. We're 30 minutes late because of Bill Dawes' jiu-jitsu dreams.
Bro, and I'm like 45 minutes late to Adam Carolla's show right now. So this
Okay, so no more 12:30. We're starting to get at like noon now. Forget Bill; he can come on late. Mayhem, how are you?
dude, I'm fantastic. You know, I'm like the busiest man. I'm triple overbooked all the time. It's really working out for me. I don't know how else to describe it.
Yeah, how did the fires affect you?
Bro, not really. I mean, friends of mine are affected, but like, dude, I like dodge that shit like the Matrix. Everything's fine with me. Like, I have an apartment that I'm gonna rent out to people who are fucking stuck because I heard people lost their house and whatever. Like, dude, it's a nightmare.
Yeah.
But everything, you know, I just been blessed by the grace of God to not even get affected by it whatsoever directly.
If anybody's wondering why the podcast we had last week it's because of the fires. I live in California. My wife, I was in Florida when it went down, and she calls me up and she's like, "It's crazy here. The winds are crazy. The fires are here." So I'm like, she's like, "I'm gonna go up to Fresno." So I was like, "Hey, just my wife put the 4 chickens in the car. We had 6 bunnies, my daughter, 2 dogs, 2 cats, got in there and just drove up to Fresno and luckily the fires missed our house because we're in the valley, like around Woodland Hills area. But it was pretty close. I mean, a couple winds could have taken it over because it was jumping freeways. And like I was telling you before, the wrestling program that I started at Paul Revere, they wanted to wrestle in the high school. So I started Palisades High School Wrestling, and that was the high school that burned down. So that I don't even know. I mean, I just feel so bad for these kids because their freshman year they had COVID pretty much, and now the senior year they're like their school burns down. As well as obviously all the people that lost their houses in the fire and everything. It's been crazy. Luckily, and then you're on the Fire app. Were you on the app and you're watching all your day long? I'm looking at this app. It's almost like watching a guy with a chainsaw running around. You're like, is he near my neighborhood? It was
slow motion. Yeah, it's a nightmare, dude. Yeah, it's really put a tamper on everything. I really feel like.
Yeah, a lot of the kids that I coach wrestling at, they lost their houses. It's just it's brutal. It's absolutely brutal. There's I mean, no good that can come up other than maybe I don't even know. I mean, you read about all these people blaming here, blaming there. Obviously, it's mismanagement. You can't deny it's not mismanagement. When you turn on a fire hydrant and no water comes out, that's mismanagement. Now, I got to ask, because they said all these incarcerated firefighters.
Yeah, but that's the reason I didn't do fire camp, because if you go to fire camp, yeah, you get out a little earlier, but then you learn all these skills and do all the skills. You can't be a fireman when you get out.
Really? Why?
Yeah, because you're a felon. You're not allowed to make a bunch of money doing a dangerous ass job that you're good at. It's fucked up. That's California for you.
So even though you actually have the skills to be a fireman, you can't be a fireman.
Yes. So explain that to me. You can go learn you can be a plumber, you can be a welder, you can be a masonry, but you can. I'm doing a podcast with Adam Hunter. You know, it's just that's something that needs to change. You know, they need to give those dudes some respect if they put all the effort in to be firefighters in prison, to go ahead and let them be a firefighter outside too. You know, it's like, what the hell? You can't redeem yourself in any which way in America. That's not the America I want to live in.
Not at all. Not at all. I mean, if you obviously, I don't care if the person's a felon. I mean, obviously you don't want a child predator coming into my house to save kids, but
yeah, that's not even what it's about. Like, there's a lot of guys that just, you know, make mistakes, and then you're supposed to have some path to like get back. And instead, America does this weird shaming thing where you're constantly sticky with an F on your chest, and then you can't get. I'm a strange case because I had the benefit of being like a prize fighter and a champion, before I went to prison, whatever. A lot of guys don't have this weird backstory where they can just jump right back into like a career that they abandoned. A lot of guys are just, after they come out, they're just stuck in this little rut. And the only way to really make it is to sell drugs or do crime. So,
Jason, do you have to go? Do you want to do this tomorrow at noon? Would that be better for you?
Man, I love you, bro. Yeah, definitely.
All right. So tomorrow noon.
Yes.
All right. So I'm going to.
Soon I do a Helen Yee interview. So.
All right. How about tomorrow at 11?
Okay.
Tomorrow, 11 o'clock.
All right, bud. Love you, bud.
Love you too. Yo, what's up, people? It's me, Adam Hunter. I'm in a hotel room in Tampa. I just got here. Sorry for the no podcast for, 13 days. LA has been crazy. I don't know. Bill, where are you right now?
I'm in New York.
Bill's in New York. Don Fry is there. LA.
Are you at a depression center?
Yeah, I'm in a crisis center. Yes.
No, well, close.
Oh, not you, dumbass. Bill. Bill's at a depression center.
I need a Don Fry doll. If anyone can make a doll that is like a mini Don Fry that just calls you a homo or a dumbass or a pussy, please, I will be the first to make that little doll, to buy it at least. We started the podcast yesterday. We moved it to 12:30 because I thought Bill had jujitsu. So we moved the whole podcast. And of course, Bill forgets about the podcast, or I don't know what happened. He gets caught up. Then Mayhem is there for 5 minutes. And then he has to go. And then right when I was like, we'll do it tomorrow, Sean and Don were like, signing on now. Or no, Don actually told me to remind him of the podcast. And he goes, I'm checking your voicemail now, 35 minutes after it started. So yeah, we're a fucking mess. This is a
remind me.
There he is.
Somebody remind me that we're doing the podcast.
Yes.
I'm on my way to Costco. Can you hear me? I'm talking through the car.
So Bill, were you affected by the fires at all?
The fuck?
Well,
no one can hear me.
Yeah, we can all hear you.
Oh.
There was a moment where I had to evacuate from West Hollywood.
Oh, so where did you go?
I just went to the valleys with some friends.
Oh, nice.
West Hollywood.
Yeah, I usually evacuate from West Hollywood when there's a lot of flamers chasing me too.
I knew that was coming.
Waka waka.
Perfect.
Getting a little hot over
a little hot under the collar, Don.
So yesterday before you guys didn't join, I was talking to Mayhem about how, because I remember when he was locked up, he said he was going to join the fire department, but you told me that if you leave jail, you can't get a job as a fire person.
Yeah, they were gassing me up. You're going to get time off your sentence. You get fed good. You get to work out all day. I was like, oh, this is great. I was like, oh, cool. And then I could be a firefighter afterwards. And they're like, nah, you can't be a firefighter afterwards. I'm like, what? What do you mean? They're like, oh, yeah, I'm going to slap a big F on your chest and you won't be able to be shit. So good luck with all those workout muscles, boy. Get back to society with nah, dude. Yeah, I dropped my axe and a fire blanket and went back to prison.
Well, I was thinking, Jason, some of those people that are incarcerated that are out fighting fires, couldn't they just run away?
Yeah, well, I mean, where are you going to run to, first of all? You're out in the middle of the damn forest. You're in the middle of nowhere with, nothing that way and nothing that way. And then, oh, what? And you want to get shot with a Mini 14 over that? Oh, go ahead. Go take a jog I hope you got Rambo-style survival skills, son, because you're not getting out of there alive. Yeah.
But, I mean, does the thought go through your head, though, if you're...
Yeah, dudes have escaped, yeah. But, I mean, listen, if you ask me while I was incarcerated, did I ever think about escaping? And I'll only tell you, only every day.
Right.
every single day. I thought about it, but if you act on it, they shoot you with the Mini 14, like I said, or a block gun, which is a big piece of wood that just jets and hits you in the chest. So none of that. Yeah, that'll readjust you real quick to go, I'll just stay over here where the cops can watch me.
Now, Don, you were a fireman, and they fired you for going to the UFC, right?
Yeah. The village idiot, the city manager, didn't like me, and he was a McCain. He's a John McCain's asshole, and so when McCain was against it, he was against it, So,
Oh, that's
but
right.
my fire chief Jack Ernest, he fought for me to try and keep me on, but they wouldn't go for it.
I think a lot of people forget that UFC was considered like really like barbaric, like gladiator fighting, and it was banned. And I mean, is it still banned in certain states?
No, it's not banned in certain. I think it might be banned in certain countries. I know France just a couple years ago, they made it legal. Have you guys been following the whole Spencer Pratt Heidi stuff that's going on?
Oh my God!
Does it involve MMA?
Yes, it's all in my head, bro. Yeah. Look, Spencer Pratt, I kind of think he's a total douchebag. However, that's pretty bummed out that he lost his house. That's a bummer. So not taking nothing from him, and it's kind of romantic what he did with his wife, getting his wife to the top of the charts. I got to say, this guy is
not following. Don, I know you're very interested in that. So Spencer Pratt and Heidi Montag, they were on the show called The Hills on MTV a long time ago. It was a reality show about the hills in Hollywood. And everyone hated, he was like the bad guy in the reality show a long time ago. And she had a lot of work done, blah, 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 blah. They were kind of like the first reality couple, sort of, right? So they put $1 million into this girl's song back in the day, like, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago. And it sold 1,000 copies. It was a huge bust. Well, now they have a house in the Hollywood Hills that burned down. And I guess a couple months ago, their insurance cut off. So that their house is done. They have no insurance, which is complete. It's like some weird other act that happened. Like, I guess a third of the houses in Malibu got their insurance cut off. It's fucking crazy, right? So now they have nothing. They literally have nothing. So he's telling everyone, and he's basically bullying people, but in a funny way, on TikTok, that you have to play Heidi's song, and it went to #1 on iTunes. So the song that everyone hated a long time ago, and now my wife's obsessed with this. They're basically, everyone's rewatching The Hills and realizing he was the good guy. Now
Thanos did nothing wrong.
It's like Cobra Kai. It's like revisionist of Karate Kid. Yeah,
he is a brown belt in under Kevin Casey.
Yeah.
And he said he actually trained with Hickson back in Hickson's garage with Crone and them. Is that possible, Jason?
I mean, anything is possible. Yeah, you know what I mean. When you're like Mr. Pop Star reality guy, I think that you could go to Hickson's garage every once in a while, more than likely. He picked up a few privates for sure. I wouldn't say he's lying about that, but he's like one of those punchable faces guy that he's perfect for reality TV bad guy. And we all, I guess we're living in the world of kayfabe where, the whole world's a reality show now, thanks to TikTok. And that's why on day one, Donald Trump is going to strike that shit down.
No, he's going to save it. He's going to save TikTok.
On day one, Donald Trump's going to save TikTok.
Now, have you been watching any of these Behind the Cage? Don, you were in one, right? A Dark Side of the Cage?
Yeah.
Which one?
Dark Side of the Cage, right?
Which one were you in?
I don't know. I think it was about the Ultimate 2. The Ultimate 2.
Viceland or Vice, they had this thing called Dark Side of the Ring about WWE, and then it became like Dark Side of Comedy and Dark Side of this. Well, now they're on to Dark Side of the Cage, and the first one was about Kimbo Slice, and I gotta say it was really good. It was actually really good. I had no idea that Kimbo started at like 33, 34.
Yeah.
with like zero training. Basically worked at a strip club as a bouncer, was living in his car, and his buddy from high school named Icy Mike gave him a job, and he was working for a porn company, and then they went around and just started shooting backyard fights. Next, you know, he's getting 50,000, 100,000. Then he was supposed to fight Ken Shamrock that day, and Ken got a cut. Now, Don, you know Ken pretty well. Mayhem, you know Ken. Ken, according to the dark side, Ken said he was warming up and he cut himself, and that's why he pulled out of the fight. And then Kimbo goes on to lose to Seth Petrozelli, and then the whole
Everybody always thought it was me because Seth had his hair like me. So they're like, Mayhem kicked Kimbo in the face. I'm like, nah, that wasn't me, bud.
Did you ever train with Kimbo?
Yeah, I hung out with him a lot though. Like we rolled in the same circles of Icy Mike's porno friends. Like it was wild back then, dude. Yeah, it was a very strange era of mixed martial arts where we're hanging out with Kimbo at Jimmy Kimmel's studio. I don't know, it was bizarre.
What was Kimbo like?
He was mad cool. I kick with his son now. I coach his son a little bit. Like he baby Slice. Baby Slice is a really good kid too, you know.
But he pulled out of his fight. He was supposed to have a boxing match, and he pulled out of his fight against the influencer guy, the big influencer. Do you know anything about that?
Baby Kimbo did?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a shame. Oh, he could probably make some good paydays, man. He's a tough fighter himself.
I think it was Bryce Hall. He's supposed to fight Bryce Hall in a boxing match, and he pulled out of the fight.
Why? I can't imagine he's nervous. He's pretty mastered with the boxing, with the damn you know what I mean? He's a real tough kid, bro.
Have you held pads for him, or have you sparred with him? Or
yeah, I mitted him before, and I sparred with him a bit back in the day. Yeah, he's like a lightweight Kimbo. He punches hard, he like moves well. He's like, I don't know, he's underrated. I don't know what he's a smart businessman too. Like he might have like leveraged all this stuff where he gets paid a bolo where he didn't even got to fight. You know what I mean? Maybe that's why they didn't offer him enough money.
Don, what were your thoughts on Kimbo? And do you think Ken Shamrock pulled out on purpose?
I met Kimbo twice. I thought he's the nicest guy in the world. Freaked me out, you know, because you saw him. He looked like a dangerous dude. You know, like he's, just a killer. And he's such a nice guy. His trip.
Where did you meet him?
In Texas. We were both doing an autograph signing there in Texas.
Yeah. Do you think Ken Shamrock pulled out of that first Kimbo fight on purpose, or because he wanted more money, or?
I don't know, man. You know, anything's possible in this world. I mean, we can all sit here and badmouth Ken or talk nice about Ken. And, you know, I mean, I don't want to do either. You know, shit.
Right.
I don't know. What do you mean?
That's for sure.
Don, what do you mean? Adam's entire business model is us making up bullshit, imagination station.
Making up bullshit. You hung out with Jimmy Kimmel. You hung out with Kimbo at Jimmy Kimmel's. The other guy trained with him and fought Ken Shamrock in one of the greatest fights of all time. If anyone's opinion I give a fuck about, it's you two. Like bullshit would be people who have no fucking contact with these people and just want to give you their fucking opinion. I give a fuck what you have to say.
You know what? I'll fall back. I was roasting you, and I got re-roasted. I get
I was just saying, this guy actually fought Ken Shamrock. So if anyone would know,
I know, but. So, yeah, look, if he's brave enough to stand against Don Fry, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, come on, Don's not going to badmouth him. Like, that guy fucking, you know, he's a bad motherfucker in his own right.
Clip after clip. You look up fucking Don Fry bad-mouthing Ken Shamrock.
Well, but I thought the beef was over. I thought the beef was over.
That was the lead up.
Yeah, now he's a mature adult.
To the fight.
Mature adult. Have you heard the shit that comes out of his mouth? Like, literally, I'll be like, what do you think of this guy? He was sneaky, like the Chinese. He's putting down a whole fucking country. Like, are you kidding me?
Am I wrong?
Hey, download TikTok right now before you can.
By the By the way, so anyway, the second dark side of the cage they have is on Diego Sanchez. And I can't think of a more likable guy who just had a easily influence. This guy, they finally talk about Diego. He came from nothing. He was a state champion wrestler, UFC, fight after fight after fight. He partied, he came back. And then he got together with that fucking trainer, Joshua Fabia, who might be the worst human being. But this dude had him under, it was like a cult mask. Like the guy had a cult, Bill. He was hitting him with a stick while he was upside down. He had him out. He had him in a cage, chasing around him and his buddies with a knife, doing knife training in octagon cage. He had nothing to say. And then Diego had to give him $100,000 just to go away. Just that.
Jesus.
Like this dude, mayhem. What did you know Joshua Fabier? Did you
never met him? Yeah. But I mean, I'm hiring for my Jake Paul training camp. To be honest, if I get that fight, me and him are gonna learn some knife fighting techniques. You know, I really feel like it's the next level of mixed martial arts for us to be able to fight with extremist sticks.
I thought that guy and Diego were in a homosexual relationship.
It seemed like that. I mean,
they got. Hey, look, didn't Bill have to pay $100,000 to get divorced?
Dude, Bill.
Oh, God,
I don't know.
Breakup. Bill had a breakup with his karate instructor.
So I don't know if you know this, Mayhem. So Bill's his first kid, right? He's got a beautiful daughter, beautiful lesbian daughter. So, but he didn't know he had a daughter.
What the hell?
Well, she's
why do you slip that in?
She's in her 20s, right? So Bill didn't know he was a father until she was like 4 or 5. So the girl that Bill knocked up told Matt LeBlanc from Friends that it was his kid, right? So Matt LeBlanc thought he had a daughter. So then finally the kid looks just like Bill. So Matt LeBlanc gets a DNA test. And they realize it's not Matt LeBlanc's kid. It's Bill Dawes' kid. Can you imagine how pissed that mom must have been? Especially, she could have had fuck you money the rest of her life if it was Matt LeBlanc. Bill, you really got back at her.
Yeah, now she has fuck me money. Yeah, it's bad.
So now how much did she cry when she found out it was your kid and not Matt LeBlanc's?
Well, the truth is she was 36, 30. She was trying to get pregnant. She was trying to get pregnant. So she ended up sleeping with, I found out she slept with 3 men, Matt LeBlanc, Thomas Jane, and me. So 2 out of the 3, she would have been loaded.
Yeah. Bro, your sperm fought upstream and killed all the sperm.
That white trash Scotch Irish sperm, you can't fuck with it. Oh, it beat that French fucking LeBlanc sperm any day.
Do you think she was?
Morning to you.
Do you think when she got the DNA test, she was like, please, like it was like one of those wheels on like a game show? We're like, stop.
No, I think she was peeing onto it in a fountain, going like this.
Well, you know what?
I'm a joker, bro. Your love life steal away.
Yeah. So that happened. Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I'm always caught in second gear.
Bill,
and it hasn't been my day, my week,
any good fire jokes,
month,
Bill, or no?
Or even my year.
I've tried a couple, but I feel like no one wants to hear fire. It's weird because I thought that rich white people were fair game, but I did say a joke. I did some live stream yesterday from the stand, and I said, people are like, oh my God, are you okay? Did you lose your house? I'm like, oh my God, do you think I have a house? That's adorable. But I did some other things. I said, I was the only one on the show who lived in LA. I said, I live in LA. I hope, I think I still do. Fingers crossed. Let's hope the winds don't pick up or something like that. And it was just fucking radio silence.
Crickets.
Yeah.
Everyone's scared, dog. Everyone's scared.
I had a couple. I said, this is the only, you know what I feel bad for is the LA WNBA team. Because this is the only time anyone's cared about the LA Sparks.
Hey.
That was not bad. And then I go, the Olympics are coming in 2028. They better not have a torch.
Yeah.
So
We're fucked if the wind blows.
Electric torch. We gotta do electric torch, yeah.
electric torch. And then this is
Yeah.
actually true.
Yeah.
I was in Florida when the fire went down. And I called my wife and she's like, I'm taking the baby, I'm taking the 4 chickens, I'm taking the 6 bunnies, I'm taking the dogs, cats, I'm going to Fresno, right? And I was like, go. And I was
Good,
so,
honey, 'cause I'm going to go to that fields.
I was so lucky. I'm like, because I came home to an empty house.
That's a good joke.
Yeah. But meanwhile, so have you guys heard about tomorrow's UFC? Is everyone aware of this?
Yes, the card got obliterated. Armand is fully off of it because his back got injured somehow from the damn press conference to the damn weigh-in. He broke his back. I don't know how that happened. Maybe the same way Ken Shamrock's face got cut. But and now Islam's fighting Moicano, that guy who looks like he's a kind of a badass kickboxer. But beyond that, I'm not sure what else he is.
So it was after the weigh-in. It wasn't before the weigh-in. He weighed in. He weighed in and then got injured. And everyone's talking about this guy. I guess he comes from a lot of money, and he wore like $150,000 watch, and he opened up his own gym in his house. He's a really good fighter.
He threw his back out.
Yeah, he threw his back out.
He threw his back out with a heavy Rolex.
And there's a video of him doing back exercises with that girl Nina Drama.
Oh yeah.
No.
So
Nina Drama cursed him.
So people are thinking that like he hurt his back trying to impress Nina Drama.
That might be true.
Yeah,
That sounds that tracks.
Listen, I threw out my back trying to impress Nina Drama.
So now Moicano's a good fighter, a great fighter. He's won 5 out of his last 6. His speeches are hilarious. I don't even know this, Bill. After his speech, he always talks about like books on capitalism and like world issues, and like he makes these great speeches afterwards. After he won, you can't help but kind of like the guy. I think he's from Brazil. He was very worried about America becoming the new Brazil, and that not in a good way. He's fighting Islam, who's 26-1. Who's coached by Khabib. Who do we think wins this fight, Jason?
I mean, look, the smart money with Islam, why not? But Moicano could like shock us. It's a puncher's chance kind of fight, you know. It's not like Islam is. Look, he is, getting into that GOAT contention of, oh my God, this guy is so awesome. But I don't think his kickboxing is super, super developed. So that means Moicano has a puncher's chance. That's where I stand.
Who do you want to win?
I mean, I don't give a shit. That's the beauty part about being like a former competitor, where you care so much. That's your team and you're doing it for your team and whatever. Now I'm in a nice position where unless I coach the guy, unless I got an interest in this guy's victory, I just want to watch a great fight.
Don?
I agree. It's scary, but I agree what Mayhem says. Frightening.
Bill?
Very frightening.
Well, as a fellow Jew, we can't root for Islam, right?
Right.
I knew that was coming.
Are you still Jewish, even though this girl broke your heart twice?
Now he's even more Jewish.
I gotta be more Jewish now. I gotta double down on it.
Yes.
You gotta suffer. It's all about the suffering again.
Yeah, let the Star of David wash over you.
I want to stay Jewish to make her feel guilty, which is a pretty Jewish thing to do. Let's be honest.
L'chaim.
Now, Bill, I gotta say, first of all, I love you. You're one of my best friends. I feel like I don't know you, but I love you. What I do know is I love you. You have made a couple posts recently that I'm like,
I know it's pathetic. I know, I get it. I was going through a mini mental breakdown. Okay.
So
sick.
Jason,
I love
he's posting pictures of him with his shirt off.
Oh, you gotta go with what you have.
He's posting pictures with his shirt off.
I deleted it.
I want to get revenge bod.
Hell yeah. You got a gym. You got to hit the fucking, you know what I mean?
I just joined a
workout.
gym. Yeah, it's true.
Yep. Join a gym, right? What is it? Get a tan, maybe? I don't know. do some sit-ups, fucking whatever. You're fine, bro. You're fine. We all love you.
I think he has a version of tans. He doesn't have pigmentation.
And then what was the post you made about some girl was in your DMs saying that she wanted to fuck you, and then she made, what was that about?
Oh, no. So there's this weird women's only Facebook group where if you where they talk shit about men and only women know. But this girl who I invited to a show, I swear to God on my life, all I did was invite her to a show. I said, here's my number if there's a problem at the door. And then she said, oh, my friend had to cancel. And I said, okay, well, if you want to come as my date, you can still come. Just super casual, no emojis, no kissy faces. And then she doxed me and said, look what this guy said. He's hitting on me. And then his material is so racist and sexist. And like Camilla, by the way, Jason, your ex contacted me about that because she's on that site. FYI, which probably means you're on that site too. But these women can just do this shit, and it's like, so no men are allowed anyway. So my ex found out about it. I didn't think it was a big deal. I thought it was stupid. I thought this woman's crazy, and she like doxed me. And all these people were like really shitty to me and saying awful things. So I was just saying,
to a show.
I was like, because I invited her to a show, but she thought that I don't know. She thought that my material was sexist and it was inappropriate. That I said, hey,
give me your number. Give me your number.
Her name is.
Hit her with the nice dick pic.
Her name's like Scarlett something music or something. All right,
well, don't dox her, bro.
Oh, fuck her. She's a piece of shit.
Oh, yeah.
So then you posted the screenshots.
No, the screenshots. No, this is different. I said, look, here are these women complaining about men harassing them by promoting a show. Meanwhile, I have a gay guy hitting up me every day trying to fuck. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh.
Well, bro, you know which way the wind is blowing, dog. Go the path of least resistance. Let's just have a gay boy summer. You'll be fine, bro. You'll be fine.
Oh, I wish I was gay.
Dude, I had a gay guy. I had a gay guy. Finally, I had enough. I was being nice. Hey, how's it going? Have you ever thought about being with the guy? No, thanks, but I appreciate it. Hey, blah, blah, blah. How big's your dick? I go, hey, man, please, Finally, I was like, bro, enough. Like, I'm married. I'm straight. Just fucking enough with the shit. You know, like at a certain point, you're still a man. Like you.
I mean, look, it's hard for you guys to be so handsome that dudes hit on you all the time.
I know. One guy.
It used to be a lot, but I'm past those days. Now we have like two gay men.
But Bill, I think sometimes like you're really nice. I know you're really nice, but I think it comes across like. Sometimes you'll tell me something and I'll repeat it to my wife and she'll go, oh, come on.
Oh, no, what? Like what?
Like,
example.
It's so gay.
For example, there was a girl, I guess there was a comedian that was like, that asked you to open for them. And you were nice. You're like, yeah, you can open for me. And then she got dumped by her boyfriend. And you were like, hey, let's just go on a road. Let's just drive around the hills and forget about things for a while or something, right? And then another comedian found out that you said that. She was like, she's trying to fuck my friend. And I know you weren't trying to fuck the girl. But the way that I repeated it, I'm like, yeah, it does kind of sound like he was trying, like, hey, let's get in my car and go for a ride and forget about
There's a shoulder to cry on. Oh, and if you want, there's a crotch to cry on, too.
The real give me a blowjob while I drive through the hills.
The real story about that is I took her to the place formerly known as the Pacific Palisades to like a healing center where she literally cried on my shoulder for a half hour. I drove her home and I never saw her again.
Holy shit.
And this bitch is going to talk shit about me. That's what I'm saying.
Like, no, you told me that. She didn't talk shit about you. You did. You told to me. She didn't say a word.
Oh okay. No, but she ended up talking shit to Nikki Glazer.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to fuck her. I was trying to leave all the names out of it. I was trying to leave everyone's name out of it.
Nah, fuck
by
that.
The way, so
we're naming
Leo Lamar. Suck my dick.
I gotta talk to you about Game Time. Okay, Game Time. NFL playoffs. One of the greatest things you can do is go to an NFL playoff game. Okay, you get to go with other fans. You have fun. You take your family. Listen, Game Time has a new feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets for events even easier. Game Time filters out the fluff to show you only the incredible deals on great seats. You don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets to find the best value, okay? Make it, you can save time, and saving time is money. Time is valuable, all right? You pick an upcoming game, you browse through the ticket deals on Game Time Picks, and it's so easy. I do it all the time. I go to concerts on with Game Time. I go to NFL games. I go to WNBA games. Okay, you can go to MMA events. All right, they have curated deals that make it easier to find the best price to get great seats. They have the super deal, which is the best value for that event. You get the seat views, so you don't like stuck behind a goalpost or you're sitting in the parking lot, whatever it is. They have the lowest price guarantee, and they have event cancellation protection, job loss protection, etc. All right, go to Game Time Picks. All right, they make it easier for sports, concerts, comedy, theater. They have all-in pricing. You get the seat views, you get ticket coverage, and you get the lowest price guarantee, or Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. What are you waiting for, people? Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use the code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. That's right. Create an account, redeem your code CLNS for $20 off. All right. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. I'm telling you, it's awesome. You're going to thank me later. Check it out right now. So okay, we are here now with Jay Hieron.
I love Jay.
On, son.
Former champion, New York State champion, right? He's not even listening. All right, he's a New York, and he's in every single fucking movie, Marvel movie, where he gets killed by a Marvel character. This dude, like always, Jessica Jones fucked him up. The Punisher fucked him up. This and that. But the final straw, though, was him losing to Ryan Gosling in the new Roadhouse.
Oh, what the fuck, Jay? Come on. You're
Jay,
better
how did
than
that
that.
happen?
Jay, why are you throwing them fights, bro? Oh,
Wait,
my
Ryan
God.
Gosling wasn't in Roadhouse.
Yo,
No, Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jake Gyllenhaal, bro.
No, Jake. Yeah.
You fucking burnt motherfucker. What the fuck? You hitting your head on things? Man, what up, my brother?
Oh, I'm so pumped that you're on here, bro. Oh my God, I can't believe we're doing this now.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
having a guest is like we're getting laid for the first time.
So
Hey, what up, buddy?
So
How you
and you're
doing?
here with Don Fry too, by the way.
Hey, Don Fry, what's up, brother?
Hey,
So
how you
Jay,
doing, partner? Haven't seen you in years.
I know, right? Damn, my man. It
so Jay, what was
A
it like
decade,
being
huh?
at Roadhouse?
Shit.
was fun.
You got some stories, right?
Yeah, I got to go back to the UFC. It was great. That's the closest I'll ever get to a fight again in the UFC.
So they filmed it during a UFC fight, right? Didn't they film it before, or they had a real crowd or something? What happened?
Yeah, we filmed it like right before the main card went on. So the arena, they wanted the feel of the arena being packed, and yeah, they were like, "You guys got 7 minutes, and you get your shit and get the fuck out." So
Now,
yeah, it was good, man.
how
Props
did you
to
get
Jake.
so good at stunts?
Me?
Yeah,
Training, like anything else.
but
Yeah,
I
man,
mean,
just training.
but you're
training.
like amazing at it, man. I mean, you're always it's crazy. Like you were in
I
Jessica
worked with
Jones.
a lot of guys. And Jay Hieron is like a strange athlete that can like pick up stuff super quick. So it makes total sense they became like an expert stuntman, because this guy would be busting out. Remember One Kick Nick, the old combinations and stuff?
Oh,
He'd
yeah,
he'd show you like one time, and this guy is just already on it. So it makes perfect sense. I'm so happy for, and it's great too, because you know me, I was in some spots where I had no internet for a long time.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I would see you pop up on the movies, and I was like, Jay Hieron, I know how this guy moves. I remember that. It's really, really great to see your success,
Yeah,
man.
man,
I'm really
appreciate
happy
it,
to
bro.
see that.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you know what, Mayhem? He told me he came from like super humble. Like even he had to start from the bottom. Like you were like,
Oh yeah, yeah. I got it. I didn't. They don't care if you're the best fighter in the world or anything. You come do your job. You audition just like anybody else, or they submit you, and
You know, it's like if I equate it to fighting, it's like everything's up to the judges. There's no knockouts, right? So you always got it. It's up to somebody's decision, whether it's a part, whether it's a look type of thing. It's always up to somebody's decision. So it's always up to the judges.
Yeah, but you showing up the sets. You showing up the sets, bro. You told me like in the beginning, just be like, "Hey, my name is Jay. Nice to meet you. I'm a big fan."
Yeah, a couple times. That really wasn't me. They call that hustling. I mean, I stand out like a sore thumb over there. Like, who the fuck is this big dude over here looking? Like, so that wasn't for me. But I did the network, and I went out and met a lot of people. Introduced myself, worked hard, was humble, still humble. It's how you carry yourself, and then the reputation from there, it grows. Like, I don't come on with, "Oh, I'm a badass fighter, so I'm gonna you don't do it this way, do it this way." It's film fighting is totally different from real fighting. So I had to learn, like, the wide punches and this shit that doesn't work, that's the shit that looks good on film.
Yep.
So
the cowboy punch. I did that one movie I did was I had to go, what the hell? I lift your elbow and then swing it like, this is garbage. Like,
it feels
unlearn.
The garbage, but when you watch the replay or in a film, you see why, right? So I had to understand that the camera is like, it doesn't show, like, that's why if you see a UFC fight or a boxing fight, you got to see different replays of how the guy got caught. But in a film, you got to see that wide, like that big, powerful punch. Like that's a real punch won't sell on camera.
So Mayhem, when you fought Kevin
slow
James,
too, right?
Was it hard for you to fight Kevin James? And here comes the boom.
Well, I kicked him in his face immediately. Like the first, ready, action. And I just gave him a little bow, right on the face. And he was like, "Oh, you kicked me in the face." And I was like, "Oh, sorry, Kevin James." My man. Yeah. But I had the benefit of during that movie, I was working close with the stunt coordinator, the crazy guy, Garrett Warren, really legendary stunt man. Yeah. Everybody in Hollywood has ran into him. And the pattern recognition in my brain will make me look at CGI characters and go, "Hey, wait a minute. That guy, that monkey or that robot moves just like Garrett Warren." And sure enough, I'll go look in the credits and he was a stunt coordinator and he did the body capture. That's how I recognized you, Jay Hieron. Was not like I couldn't see you, but what is it? Maybe Crank or so. What movie was that? There was one movie you were fighting the guy, and I was like, I know that pattern of jab and cross. I know that footwork. I was like, I know that footwork anywhere. That's Jay Hieron. And sure enough, I look close. There he is.
So Don, what was it like fighting Godzilla? I'm serious. Didn't you fight Godzilla?
I just slow down my I had to slow down my style, because I'm so fast.
So Jay,
had the legendary fight in the Pride when they're punching each other. Legendary.
Oh, yeah.
Let's just trade, bitch. Right here. Let's see who goes down first. I love it.
So Jay, I'm gonna catch you up. So we all went to Indiana, and they hired me to do comedy, and they hired Mayhem and Don to teach a fighting clinic, and Don was teaching old school moves that aren't even legal anymore. And he's like, "Don't worry." He goes, "The camera will never find you doing this, right?" He goes, "They won't see you." He was digging his thumb in people's eyes and shit.
No.
Kick it in the balls.
No, he was giving calf cranks to people. He was doing some gnarly ass moves. I had to reel him in so nobody got injured.
Yo, Don, you ever see that meme on fucking comes across social media sometimes?
The throw?
Fucking Don Fry, he fucking goes and flips the dude over and says, that's how you get rid of him. Legend, bro.
So Jay, you were a judo black belt too, right? Are you?
No, I wasn't a judo black belt. I trained a lot of judo because I fought a couple. Rick Horn, he was an Olympian, and Carl Parisian, used to train with us a long time ago at the Extreme. So, but I wasn't a black belt. But man, that's a great. I didn't respect. I come from wrestling. Yeah, right. So if you're a wrestler, a knucklehead wrestler, you don't really respect other arts. Like when I first started, I didn't respect jiu-jitsu and stuff. I started shooting a high crotch and getting choked the fuck out. So I'm like, okay, I got to learn this. And then judo, same thing. The trips and sweeps, they're incredible for MMA. It's like low.
But you're underselling it because you had a nice series of like front headlock, 2 trips. Like you do a inside trip that was just smash
but that's
everybody.
Wrestling.
I know, but like it's very judo. Like you do this inside trip. You know the one, Adam, that where you step in and out in through his legs. He got everybody.
I feel like Jay Hieron right now, if he was in the UFC right now, would be all 3 of you would be champions. You guys just, I feel like unfortunately Jay was just in a situation where he was so good, but he was good and you were the best in all the other organizations. Same with you, Jason.
That happens.
It's all good.
You got to be on the right side of history. Yeah, there's a weird thing where the fight business is very oriented, where they have a lot more control than they let on.
Yeah.
Hey man, been there, done it, bro. There's a small window of competing. That was just our time frame. It's a different time frame now. I love it. It's all over the place. It's like NBA, NHL. It's up there with Major League Baseball. It's on ESPN. I mean, who would have thought, right? It's incredible.
I was watching one of your fights, Jay, where your eye fell out.
Huh?
What?
I was watching one of your fights where your eye fell out. You know what I'm talking about? You fought the Joker, right? Was it the Joker? It was like the bloodiest fight I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, that was my head. It wasn't my eye, bro. I tore my eye in the fight, but I got cut on my head, and I think he cut the vein. And it was just shooting out of my head. Jesus. Like every time I would put pressure on him, it would just shoot out, real bloody.
I mean, how much blood did you lose in that fight?
A lot. All I know is I came back to the corner and sat down. I was like, I had Phil Baroni in my corner and Stitch working the cut. Stitch stopped the cut actually with some adrenaline, but as soon as I stood up, it started leaking again. They let it go. They let the fight go because I think it was like one of the first Spike TV cards.
Dude, they go to commercial. They go to commercial, and there's just blood spraying everywhere.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
the whole octagon. It was like you could slip on blood.
It was like Carrie.
That was crazy. You were leaking. It was like
leaking.
That was one of.
I had his back going for a rear naked choke, and I could see. I look up, and it was shooting out my forehead like a fountain. I was like, "That's crazy." I'm flipping off him, trying to choke him, and all I see is blood fucking falling out of my forehead.
Savage. What did your parents say to you after that fight?
Nothing. My mom was always confident. I would talk to her the night before the fight, and she was like, "You're gonna squash him like a tomato." And I'll be good. I didn't really want her to watch it, but as long as she said that to me, I was cool.
Dude, Jay went to this high school. It was a Freeport or Hempstead? Freeport. Dude, it was all black. It was like 98% black.
Nah, it was mixed, but predominantly black.
I went to Oceanside. It was like him and Flavor Flav were in the same high school. And I went to Oceanside. We used to play them in middle school football. As soon as they got off the bus, we're like, oh, we're fucked. Like we used to watch them get off the school bus, and we're like, we're not winning this game. There's no fucking way.
So it was like 90% black and like 10% graduates. What was it?
Oh, come on.
It was right there.
Nah, bro. It was mixed. We had Latino, black, it was white.
Yeah, they had black. They had Puerto Rican and black. They had Dominican and black. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, it's diversified now.
Now it's diversified. But
New York.
that was and Jay, you were like 105 pounds, right?
Jesus.
Ninth grade, I wrestled at 91 pounds.
Wow.
Hell yeah. Oh.
Yeah, 10th grade, I cut back down to 91 pounds.
You must have dominated everybody.
God
Nah,
damn.
not really. I started wrestling ninth grade, and how I got good is I got beat by a sixth grader. He was really good. I still remember his name till this day. His name was Jamie Brodsky from Long Beach.
I wrestled him.
Remember him?
He was a monster. He peaked in 7th grade, but he was good.
Yeah, but he beat my ass, and I was a freshman, and the whole team was making fun of me. Yeah, you lost to a sixth grader, and I was like, "Oh shit!" I'm fucking like, "Okay, I got to get good at this." Like,
man, he was one of the kids that started when he was 4. So like, he was really good because no one knew what the fuck he was doing, and then people caught up physically. He wasn't as good later on, but he was killing people in 5th grade. In 5th grade, he was a monster. I remember that kid. Akil Code, who put me.
He was good.
That kid put me in a cradle, and my head was like I had a big mark on my head for like 2 weeks because my knee went into my head. That's how tight this fucking cradle was. But yeah, and no. So I don't know if you know this, man. So then Jay was like one of the #1 kids in the country in college, and then
I knew that. Yeah.
Then he got kicked out for selling weed to the whole team. Right.
I also knew that.
Smoking weed.
Smoking weed. Yeah. Not
Come
selling
on, bro. You added
he was
shit.
just popping trees.
He was smoking
The whole
weed.
team was smoking, not only me, right? I got caught because I didn't do the little drink that you detox or get your system clean. Everybody was on smoking weed. We just had a new rule come into the university that, hey, if you get caught smoking, you got to sit out the season. Not even the NCAA. The school, the university. So I'm the only guy that took the fucking drink wrong, and I popped. And Jay, you got to sit out this year. I'm like, threw my shoes out. I'm done wrestling.
So Don, they kick him off the team, right? So then he starts going Nino Brown. So he's dealing drugs to everyone on Long Island, right? He's the biggest drug dealer on Long Island, right? Then he gets busted by the cops. His parents have to mortgage their house to keep him out of jail. Whoa. But he thinks he's going to go to jail for a while. So he learns how to fight. Mother. He learns how to fight to protect himself in jail. So Phil Baroni hires him as his training partner. And then he ends up becoming really good at fight. 2 years later, he's fighting GSP.
Yeah. True story.
Wow.
I mean, my mother put up the house, bailed me out. Incredible woman. Rest in peace. I love her.
Now they adopted you. Did they think about giving you back when that happened? Or no?
Nah, bro. Hell no.
You get a refund.
We picked the wrong one. Can we switch?
Switch him out when he's 16. Oh my god.
And then Joe Riggs still talks about his penis to this day. He said Joe Riggs made an article about how he was in the locker room with him, and his dick was like this big.
About it.
Yo, bro. Yeah.
He wrote 400 words on your junk, bro. God bless America.
Did he not?
Champion thoroughbred. The thoroughbred.
Super pause on that one. I don't know nothing about that.
Okay.
That went over my head.
You know what? That's what someone with a big dick would say.
Dude, and then his girlfriend makes more money than all of us together as an ass model. And I'm not even kidding. Dude, I asked him.
She retired.
Is her ass retired or her ass model?
She retired as an ass model for real?
Huh?
Did she really retire?
Yeah, she's just chilling. She she has a regular gig.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, but now I like meet her at the comedy, and I go, "Oh, what do you do for work?" She goes, "I'm an ass model," right? But she's sitting down. So then the whole time, I'm like trying to get her to like
stand up. Dirtbag.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, every time we go to a show, he puts on blast. My girl's like,
tell her I'm sorry about that.
This guy.
Tell her I'm sorry about
This
that.
guy.
So, all right, so let's talk about the fights tomorrow. You're still training at Extreme Couture, right?
I'm always there. Yeah.
Now, you told me you spar with Ngannou, right?
We had one time, and it was more drilling, and we started 5 minutes. He kicked me in my leg. I looked up. And it said 4 minutes and 59 seconds. I said, whoa. I was trying to run around the whole fucking time, bro. He wasn't even trying to hit me hard. He's just so dense. Like his bones, like he touches you and it's so heavy, like thick, like so solid. Yeah, I felt the shit all through my leg, through my whole body. and he wasn't even trying to kick me hard.
Don, is there anyone that ever you train with that did that to you?
No, don't think so. Don't think so.
Dodge the fucking
I know training Marco Huas.
Oh, Marco Huas. Yeah.
Marco
Huas,
Huas one time.
kick, yeah.
He kicked me in the head. Yeah, he kicked me in the head. And I said, God damn, Marco. I said, you're a world champion. What are you doing? And he looks at me and said, you are too. Like, get after it, you know?
Jay, there's a story about Don training with Dominic Cruz, right? And they're just doing boxing. And Don couldn't catch him because he's running around. So Don kicks him in the head and then knocks him down. And he goes, always be ready, partner.
Oh, man.
Legendary.
I can't kick above somebody's knee. There's no way I can get in there.
Hey, but Jay, you know, cause over the years, Extreme Couture has like attracted like a lot of the top talent back and forth. Like, tell us a little bit about that. Like, share with the audience some of your experiences training with like the top training camp. You know,
I mean, I've got the pleasure to train with everybody and anybody. Vitor Belfort, Vanderlei Silva, bro, like so many names. I mean, everybody in the game has passed through there. So of course, Randy Couture, that's why I went there. And yeah, man, you know, I'm still there. I feel like, you know, there's Brad Tavares. He's like from my era. He's like the last of the dudes that from my era that are still fighting, which is cool. He's still in there getting it in. And, you know, there's a whole new team. So it's cool to see.
There's new kids coming through. Is there like some guys that are, you know, I know Sean's training over there, right?
Sean Strickland. Yup. He's fighting for the title soon. Sadi. He's with PFL. He's nasty. Brad is still there. Brad Tavares. Dan Ige. I mean, there's so many guys, man. It's too many.
Well, what's going on with the Strickland camp? I mean, you don't got to tell us specifics, but like, how's the camp? Is everybody getting along? Is it fun? Like, what's up?
He looks good, man. I mean, you know what you know what you're gonna get with Strickland. He's going in there. He's gonna do his style. He's gonna bang.
Yeah.
He's in great shape. He gets in cardio shape. So you know what you're getting. His head looks good.
Now I heard a rumor, Jay. I heard a rumor he was like kind of trying to bully you, and it didn't go too well for him.
No. Never. I mean, we don't see eye to eye on everything, but we're cool as hell. Like if there was a war, that's a dude I would want on my team, right? Yeah. But me, I'm retired. Listen, I'm not gonna. If a guy is in camp, I have no reason going with him. You know, unless they want to like get some specific specialty type training and asking me questions or something. But to give you like banging rounds like he likes to get, no. I mean, I'm not in shape like that, first off, and I'm not trying to get a stitches or cut or nothing. So no.
Well, wait, what about the wrestling aspect? Because look, DDP is going to try to wrestle him, and it's not a secret. I don't think.
Oh, he's working on it.
Have you guys got some wrestling rounds in?
Yeah, like we got a lot of
counter wrestled.
Yeah, we got a lot of good wrestlers, and actually they were in there today wrestling. So, you know, he's covering all aspects of the game. Looking good, his head is good, and you know, I'm excited to see that fight. That's
Hey, were you there when it was TR? Were you there when it was TRT Vitor?
I mean, yeah, I knew. I've trained with Vitor back since. You know, he came up, he was in our camp, I think 10 to 13, maybe.
Because I remember when he was
kicking dude's head off. So, I mean, honestly, I don't know what he was doing behind closed doors. But, man, he looked sharp as fuck.
Why are you trying to get him to incriminate people?
No, so it's not like one of those after school
like a weird snitch. You're like a dry snitching everybody.
No, you a fucking snitch.
All right, so,
from New York,
you like tomorrow? You like
he's not from New York, bro. He's from the suburbs. This guy.
So is he. He's from the city.
But I ain't a snitch. But I don't tell. I'm not a snitch, bro.
So who wins tomorrow? Islam or Hanato?
Woo, man. I don't know. That's a short notice fight. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, for both of them to take that too, that's gangster. I like how Islam said, whoever makes 155, I'm the champ. I'm going in. So I like where his head's at. And the other dude, he's excited for the title shot. So it's hard to, Islam is so good at taking dudes down and wrestling. Compared to Khabib, he takes a little more chances though. He'll stand a little bit more. So that's if this guy could catch him. Early rounds, maybe he could finish him.
Yeah. Now,
he does.
what about Merab Umar?
I like Merab. Yeah, I know Merab personally, so I think Merab. He's excited. He's confident.
Yeah, I agree, but why? But why? Tell everybody why you think that.
Merab is another guy. What you see is what you're going to get. He's going to go in there and implement his game plan, his wrestling, and I know the other dude has pretty good wrestling too, right? But
yeah,
Merab coming off,
but not Merab. Yeah,
not Merab. Merab is relentless, and he's coming off this huge win off of O'Malley with that confidence. He knows he's the champ. I think he goes in there and cements it. I think Merab, he'll probably be a 5-round fight, but I think Merab will.
Yeah, I think Umar has he's got the possibility, it's kind of like the Moicano fight where he has the possibility. He kickboxes pretty well, but physically he's not as big as Merab. And Merab's cardio is going to be up there. Yeah, Merab gets hurt sometimes with body shots. He steps funny and gets caught with stuff. Yeah. But I think he'll keep bowling him over and fight him up against the fence over and over again.
And that's the hardest shit to deal with. A guy that just wrestling, taking you down. You get back up. He takes you down again, bro. That shit is exhausting. So
now, Don, was Mark Coleman the only guy who ever took you down?
Yeah. Yeah.
Were you surprised when he did?
No, I was wiped out, man. I was a mess. I had nothing left, and I didn't. I should have pulled out. I should have pulled out backstage, but there's no way because you should have seen the alternates. The alternates were just fucking dumb kids, and they'd have shut down the UFC if Mark Coleman got hold of one of them guys. This that would have been it. That would have been it for the fucking show, the sport.
Jason, you got taken down by only Dalloway and then Jake Shields, right? The only guys taken down.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, and I blew my fucking ACL. I was doing real good in that Dalloway fight. I had to fight fucking 3 rounds with the damn ACL gone. I was out there trying to jab with no fucking knee. That was a tough one, yeah. Some nights things don't go right.
Oh yeah, a lot of times, bro.
Yeah,
yeah, but it's tough.
Jay, you ever get taken down in a fight? Jay Hieron?
Askren, one fight. I think.
Oh fuck! You
fight.
beat Ben Askren. You
no,
you won that fight. You won that fight.
Yeah. Tough fight, but I thought I won. Hey, leave it to the judges. Shit happens, right?
Right.
Yeah, you said he smelled really bad, right?
At the weigh-ins, his breath smelled like cutting weight breath, and he was all in my fucking bro. Like, bro, your breath smells like shit. Get the fuck out of my face.
Now,
looking like fucking Gene Wilder from fucking
Willy Frankenstein.
I'm like, bro, come on.
And tomorrow, Jamal Hill is fighting Jerry. Everyone hates Jamal Hill. I don't really understand the hate.
I'll tell you my opinion. It's because he says whack ass shit in interviews. He's like a very strange guy, but I get it. He got a mentality like a competitor. He's got like an angry face on him, and he's like gets mad, and he's like, and he doesn't see things completely realistically because he has such a mindset of I'm gonna win no matter what, So that's why people are a little bit turned off by him. He's talking bad about the Alex Pereira fight, where he's like saying woulda, coulda, shoulda kind of comments, and people are not liking it.
Jay, you ever get booed?
I got booed. The Askren fight, they booed. We fought in his hometown. They were fucking booing me coming in, throwing shit at me. when I left, they were cheering me, bro. That was cool.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, they were cheering me. Ah, yeah, you won that fight. So that was kind of cool.
Did you have your girlfriend's butt to defend you against?
Not at that time.
Don, you ever get booed?
Yeah, my first fight in the UFC, I fought their local hero. You know, and when they introduced me, they booed me, and then I knocked him out in 8 seconds, and everybody was stone quiet.
The big fat guy, fat guy who was like 300 pounds, right?
Yeah. 410.
Jesus.
Dude, yeah, no.
410 pounds.
Dude, he was
I used to
410.
love getting booed. I don't know. I used to love getting booed. Like, I would go to Hawaii and fight and make fun of them, like, talk like, oh, brah, what's up, brah? Like, I would totally be, I said, oh, you want me to be, oh, I'm the bad guy? Fine, I'm going to be the bad guy. I would just, man, nightmare. They were booing me, throwing stuff at me. I started 2 riots. I started a riot. I think somebody hit me with a coconut. Bro, it was wild.
That fight you had with Trigg back in the day was nasty.
Yeah.
Did you fight Lawler out there too, or just Trigg?
I fought Lawler. Yeah, I think after the Trigg fight, I fought Lawler. No, before. I don't know. It was a wild one. Like the whole era of Hawaiian martial arts, it was like the big competitor, really.
Yeah.
Because Hawaii had like a history of mixed martial arts. They had that from Super Brawl in like the 90s. They had MMA was like a normal mainstay out there, and then BJ Penn started an organization. So yeah, I remember the early era of MMA. Hawaii was an important hub because it was between Japan and America. You know, you could have fighters from everywhere.
Jay, were you in Trigg's corner?
When
no.
Nah. That's my dude, but no.
Yeah.
I mean, we were training together then, me and Mayhem.
Yeah. I was in Jay Hieron was a big part of my story, man. We like trained a lot together in Las Vegas. Before Extreme Couture was really open and a big thing, we would train over at Cobra Kai. We would go to One Kick Nick's. We were like, set up around town. Vegas was like
in New York.
We
trained in New York together a few times.
New York, yep, that's right. It was like training camp after training camp. We were working together.
Yeah.
Phil, there's this guy named One Kick Nick who's like, he's like cut out of the cloth from Don Fry. He's basically like Chuck Norris, where he only bangs like models and these young stripper chicks. He drives a motorcycle. No one even knows what his training is in. They call him One Kick Nick because he kicks you once, he knocks you out. Like he opened up a crypto strip club like 25 years ago when no one even fucking knew what crypto was. And then he hires Baroni and Stephan Bonner to work there. I can't believe the club didn't last.
Good times. Vegas is crazy, man.
Yeah.
Is that guy still around?
Yeah, he's
around. He's got a rock and roll band out there.
Yeah, he still trains fighters too. He got some guys in the UFC as well.
He's got Andrew Kawani.
Yeah, Andrew Kawani, both brothers. I think another few guys too on the roster. Yeah,
he's a badass. Such
a trainer. Yeah, definitely.
He always has and the guy must be in his 60s. He's always got 25-year-old fucking models, 6 of them with big ass titties.
Yeah. One Kick is a legend, bro.
He's a legend.
He is legendary.
So Kevin Holland is fighting tomorrow. Kevin Holland and Rampage got into it. You see it, Jason?
No, really? I didn't see it.
Yeah, he went on Jackson's podcast, and they just did not get along. And then Kevin Holland was saying he could kick Rampage's ass, and they were going back and forth, and then it got maybe someone edited it the way where they only show the negative shit, that might have happened, but it did not seem like they were and it seemed like he was disrespectful to Rampage, if I'm being totally honest, because Rampage is an older guy, but he's a legend. I mean, he's a fucking legend.
Oh yeah, come on.
And I still think if they fought, Rampage would win, even now. But,
Rampage is man, bro. Fucking great. He has legendary fights.
Yeah. So I don't know. And I was a fan of Kevin Holland until I saw this. And then I'm like,
I didn't even hear about that.
Yeah. But I mean, look, I'm sure Rampage probably, if he's in a mood, isn't, he just don't want to put up with shit and yada yada yada. So
And
he's
then this
fighting.
guy's in fight mentality mode, about to fight this weekend. So who knows what
Right.
happens?
I
Yeah,
look. I remember when
cutting weight and shit. You know, you're not in a good
when I
mood.
wrestled in college for a little time, cutting 15, 20 pounds a week. If you fucking bumped into me or said the wrong shit to me, I was not in a good,
Yeah.
So how much weight did you cut, Jay?
When I was fighting, I would walk at like 95, the most 90. But once I was in camp, I would get lighter, 88, 80. When the week of. So if the fight was Saturday, on Monday I would start my cut Sunday, Monday, the Monday before, and I'd be like 86, 87. And then I drop the weight and I get back in the cage the night of the fight, probably 88, 87.
Got it.
That's a little light. Some guys go real, some guys will fucking blow up real big, 95, 200. For me, I needed to be, a little lighter, I felt.
Now, Jason, your last fight, you missed weight by 34 pounds. How?
That was 42. There was a contract where you could do I have to pay a little fee to do it. So I was like, I'm missing it by whatever I want.
Now, you said you got into like 7
pounds, bro?
Cut the weight. I tried to cut it and I got close, but then I took a bunch of Ambien and then drank 2 gallons of water in the middle of the night. I was like, oh, well, fuck it, whatever. I'll just
okay, so Jay, they fly into Italy, right, to fight in this thing called like Melitor or something. It was some weird fucking company, right?
That's the thing, yeah.
And then they tell him he's fighting Luke Barnett. So then he makes like 5 videos saying he's fighting Josh Barnett, right? So he keeps calling out, he's not fighting Josh Barnett. He's fighting Luke Barnett. So he makes like 10 videos. So then he misses weight by 34 pounds, right?
Wow.
Then he gets off the scale and takes off his boxer shorts and gets back on as if that was going to make...
No, the worst part was I had one more joke ready. I had some leopard skin underwear. I was going to strip down to them, but they didn't even let me. They were too angry.
Yo, you should have fought in them like Holman did back in the day.
I would have, for sure, bro. Shit was getting wild back then.
Yeah. My man came in with the Speedos, bro. A fucking thong. Yo. Wild, bro.
So also tomorrow on the undercard, that guy Grant Dawson's fighting Diego Ferreira. Dawson's the guy that said his wife is so hot he could bounce a quarter on it on like her ass. That was the last. That was the last. Yeah, it should be. But yeah, there's good fights. I mean, I'm not gonna go over them because no one is gonna know who these people are. But they're actually now. Jay? Do you kind of? I was thinking. Do you kind of miss a little bit the good old days when it was like you and Mayhem and Don Fry and Chuck Liddell, where you would just say the first person's name and you knew who they were talking about? Like you would say Tito versus Chuck, or you would say, it's Frankie versus Gray, or Mayhem versus, like, you knew who they were. Whereas now, I mean, guys like, I'm sure that, Hanal Barcelos, Peyton Albert, Billy Elkanah, Bogdan Guskov, Marine Gaforov.
The name that associate there is that Peyton kid. Peyton kid's like a hot property. Like he's like some.
I've seen him. He's pretty good. He's sharp.
Like I keep up on some of the young guys. Like I'm like, he's something.
Do you kind of miss Jason a little bit of the old days? But it was like you just say the first name and you knew exactly. Like Chuck Liddell and Don, you guys were like comic book characters.
There'll be a new era of that. There just needs to be something cool and new come out that changes up the entire way that it works. It's just gonna have to wait until there's a disruptor.
Jay, your thoughts?
I feel like when it was not so on every single week, every different fight nights, what else? Dana White Contender Series, and then now there's so many organizations. You put on the TV any time of the day, any time of night, there's always MMA on. I felt like you got excited for it when it was only like once or twice a month.
Yeah.
So Yeah, I mean, but hey man, I'm happy the guys are doing well, and it's where it's at. It's like
Is it like porn? Like back in the day, you said Jenna Jameson, and you knew who Jenna Jameson was, and now there's I couldn't name. I can't name one porn star. Bill, can you name a porn star?
Misty Dawn. That's the only one I jerk off to.
Really?
He's monogamous with his beating off. This guy is really Jewish.
So Jay, so Bill is having a rough time. He's a great guy. He's a great actor. He's probably been in half the shit that you've been in. He's been in.
Oh, I know he's great. I watch him. I know Bill's
in 1,000 movies, but
I know.
This girl that he dated 10 years ago, he converted to Judaism for, and then she like dumped him. And then they got back together. She wanted to get back with him. He was all excited. He converted again. And now she broke his heart. She just fucking left him.
She double dumped me. She Afflecked me. She
now he's living in a subway station, as you can see right now. Now
you'll be all right, bro. You'll be all right. Just go to him get the bag.
I will say this. I said this once on stage when I talk about like we were basically engaged. I bought the ring and everything. I just didn't. I hadn't officially, but she knew I had the ring. And so when I tell women that on stage, they're like, "Oh my God, I'm so," because they're so compassionate. Men are like,
"Dude, they wrap your foreskin in it."
Yeah, exactly. But men are like, "Dude, how'd you do that, man? You fucking escaped the Matrix. Good job." Like for them, they're like so relieved for me, even though they don't know anything. They're just like, "Woo, you dodged the bullet." Every man says you dodged a bullet that I talk to.
You're good, bud. You're good. You're fine.
Now, Don, have the only two girls you ever loved were your two ex-wives, or no?
I loved a couple. I really loved that. Both ex-wives. One I did, one I didn't. And then I loved another gal, but that was it. Yeah.
Yeah. So Jay, Don's ex-wife left him for the gay neighbor.
Really?
What?
You didn't hear that story?
No, she left me. She left me for 10 other guys.
Oh, fuck her.
Don, I'm gonna be like you. I'm just gonna live alone with my bulldog when I get older. Fuck it.
Yeah, exactly.
He has a girlfriend.
You can trust the bulldogs.
Don has a girlfriend. She's super hot.
Yeah.
Oh, rub it in, Adam. Jesus Christ, I'm lonely here.
Oh, okay, yeah. And then Mayhem's got a beautiful girlfriend
perfect
too.
Relationship.
Yeah.
She lives 45 minutes away, so it's a good relationship.
Yeah. And then Mayhem's got a beautiful girlfriend as well. And it was kind of the thing where Mayhem, when I met his girlfriend, she was like, "Listen, I want to let you know, I've known Jason for 10 years, so I accept him." So she wanted to make it know that she's been there for a long time. This is not a new girl. So that was
that's what my ex always said. I love you for who you are.
Oh wow.
But I guess not.
If you only make some money doing it.
Yeah.
So what do you got coming up, Jay?
Just not now, just training. I'm waiting for waiting for a gig, audition or something, slow because everything goes on hiatus during the holidays. So it's just probably pick up end of this month or next month. But nothing on the table right now.
Yeah, did you see his scene, Mayhem, in The Equalizer when he fought Denzel Washington?
Yes, of course. Yeah, that was the movie. Yo, I saw that in lockdown. I was like, oh, God. I was busted, bro. I was busted, and The Equalizer was on, and I was like, "Yeah, we're watching this."
Well,
I thought you were about to say he fought Queen Latifah.
There, my brother.
Nobody believed me. I was like, "Oh, I know that guy. I trained with that guy." What's up, white boy? I'm like, never
So, Bill, you see that? So basically, Equalizer. So Denzel was in the back of the car, and Jay was driving, and then Jay tries to.
No, he was driving.
Oh, he was driving. And
I remember that.
Behind him and starts choking him, and then he fucking beats the shit out of him. Yeah.
It's better to get in a fight with Denzel Washington than Queen Latifah for The Equalizer.
I fought her too in Equalizer.
Wait, you fought her too?
Yeah, judo throw me. She's a sweetheart. She's a great woman.
How is she as a fighter?
You keep losing. Now you're losing to Queen Latifah?
Yeah, bro. I'm looking. Hey, man, fuck it. Give me that.
Give me that check. Give me that health insurance.
not as
Yeah,
bad
all that. Residues.
ritual that I
When
had.
they show it, I get a check. When they show my fights in UFC, they showed that knockout from GSP probably 100,000 times. I got no money for that. After the one
Right, not
payment.
a fucking penny.
You know what's crazy is that Mayhem and Jay, they're both big fights were against GSP in the UFC.
I know.
I got my GSP fight because Mayhem got in trouble.
I got busted. I went in jail, and Jay Hieron stepped up on short notice. Oh my!
Yeah.
Hey, and then I got out, and 2 weeks later, I fought George St. Pierre.
What did you go to jail for?
A factory. It was a George factory they were running through.
Where did you go to jail for, Jace?
Oh, I knocked out a guy in Atlanta.
Shit happens, bro.
Oh, yeah, I was at a boxing event. He should protect himself at all times. What the fuck?
But those are the guys in the ring, not the guys in the crowd.
Well, fucking, I apply it everywhere in life.
Dude, you don't understand, Jay. Like Mayhem will be like, I'll be like, yo, man, I heard you went to Buffalo. And he's like, yeah, there was a parade there. And it was a parade. It was great. And I was leading the parade. Dude, he stole a car and everyone was chasing him. I'm like, that's not a fucking parade.
Damn, is shot, bro.
Bro,
That guy.
smoking the tires in the Walmart parking lot, bro, around in a circle. I did a street takeover before it was cool.
Started that shit.
So, all right. So, Mayhem, what do you got coming up?
Oh, man, look, I'm on Adam Carolla's show every damn day doing the news. I'm like on MMA Roasted every week when I can, sometimes from the car, sometimes from Costco. I'm doing it, man. I'm living the dream. I'm kicking ass and I'm taking names, and I'm so blessed that you guys are my friends.
What about Kevin Costner? Are you stalking him right now? What's the deal with that?
I think I'm going to go to UFC fights with Kevin Costner, but if he doesn't call me and give me a ticket, then I ain't going.
Wait, what? Are you really tagging Kevin Costner and things?
I'm not tagging him in it, but if he invites me to the fights, I think I'm going to go with him.
And then what? Is the Jake Paul thing real?
Oh, I don't know. Fuck, we can make it real if we manifest.
Get that check, bro.
Yeah.
And Don, what do you got coming up?
Let's see. Super Bowl Sunday, I go to New Jersey for an autograph signing. I don't know the name of the bar, so don't ask me.
Go,
I'll have to find that. I'll have to find that information out for you. And then sometime in March, I go to Amarillo, Texas, for another signing. Don't know the name of that either.
And then, Bill,
I think it's like a Comic Con, Amarillo Comic Con, something like that.
Yeah.
Bill?
The only thing I got coming up is season 2 of Mo is coming out on Netflix, I think in 2 weeks.
Nice.
Because hashtag Free Palestine. So so I'm doing that show. Mo's great, and I think the show is going to be an interesting show.
What do you play in it?
I play like the woke white husband to Mo's sister.
All right.
Hell yeah.
So
Now, when you shook your head and you were a white supremacist, right? What was that for?
when wasn't I a white supremacist?
But
I can't, motherfucker, Bill.
all right. Well, I'll be
I see you,
on
Bill.
Gutfeld.
You be killing it, Bill.
I wish, man.
February 6th, I'm on Gutfeld. Then I'm touring with Russell Peters, going around the world.
Nice.
Australia, New Zealand, Japan, Thailand, and then yeah.
I need to take a few suitcases around if you can. All right, just drop off the package. Way up.
Oh, thank you. Of course, Jason. Nothing shady about that.
Okay, Hunter Biden.
Jay, great talking to you, man. Fucking
All
love
right,
you.
fellas.
Yeah, Jay, big fan.
Yo, guys. Talk soon, bro.
Hey, buddy.
Take care, guys. Have a good weekend.
Brother.